What would my 21-year-old self think of me today? That is fierce. My childhood was an interesting one. I didn't have any cable, I didn't have any internet. I grew up watching Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, and all Little Mermaid, and I was obsessed with feel-good shows and movies, and I was obsessed with transformation. I don't know why. It never occurred to me to do makeup on myself. I just loved doing it on others. I guess my parents thought I was going into something else that they didn't want me to go into and focus on school, do nursing, get good grades, and get a job. But I wanted to explore my creative side. I grew up playing classical piano, and then I tapped into visual arts. And then I guess the closest thing I had to the makeup industry was a makeup counter. And I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do my own thing. And then when I went to shop for makeup, one makeup employee, Melissa, she changed my life, I feel. She was like, do you want to work here? I really owe it to them and my peers around me in that city, because growing up in Orlando, all we had was Disney World, McDonald's, and franchised businesses. And there was not really a curated industry for artists. And I found this little niche group, and I was like, I'm gonna be buddy with them and learn from them, and that's how I grew up, and that's how I learned how to do makeup. I guess it was purposeful for me to wear makeup to understand what worked best on me, because if I was doing makeup on other people, how would I know to relate? This is how I compared it. I said, I cannot be a dentist with bad teeth. You know what I mean? So I was like, I have to be a good makeup artist and have good makeup. I really just started wearing drugstore makeup. I would just put a little bit of crease, some bronzer, mascara, liner, and then I started doing eyeshadow, and I was like, I look good. And then I started wearing lashes, and then a little bit of highlighter. Growing up, I was told I look just like my mom, Mama Starr, and you look just like your mom, and my mom is beautiful. So I was like, you know, let me just run with it. And I got fun of, I guess in high school, oh, you look like a girl, you sound like a girl. And I was like, you know, at this point, I'm 20. I might as well just play the part that I was given. I remember my mom telling me, oh my God, don't wear makeup. And I think at the time, I thought it was them hating me, you know, as a teenager. As an adult, looking back at what my parents said, it was more so to defend me from the negative world, the naysayers, the bullies, the gay haters out there. And my parents loved me. For those of you that don't know me, I am a man, I am a brother, I am a son, I use male pronouns. So I choose to just keep doing me, being unapologetically me, being authentically me, being fearless. Beauty perceptions are just going to continue to diminish because we are elevating beauty standards, which are no standards. We're simply changing the world one picture at a time, one lash at a time.